Yo ho, hello, and welcome to today's audio blog. I'd like to get started with the title, of course, and that is, Why do you watch TV? Why are you watching TV? You don't know? I don't, because you like it? Alright, that's good enough for me. Keep on going. It's estimated we spend about 6 to 10 years of our life watching that television screen. I'm 19 now. I stopped about a year ago. I've spent about 2.5 years of my life watching television, sitting on my butt, doing nothing. Now, why are we sitting around on our buttocks, or maybe standing up watching it, if you do that? Why are we doing it? Why do we pay a cable bill, or whatever we pay, to watch random information? Now, when you first start doing it, you have no choice. You're subjected to it. You're a little baby. That's only these days, but when it first came out, it was different. But these days, you're like indoctrinated to the television. You're a baby. You got a 22-year-old father who doesn't know what's going on, sitting around watching television, and the baby's sitting there taking it all in. What do you think is happening to the baby's mind? Come on now. You're probably like, what? I'm like, what? If you aren't hearing me out, I know what's going on in your brain. You think the TV is like the almighty power of God and your only likely entertainment source besides the interwebs, but it's not. I hate to tell you, and it's the same time I love to tell you that the television is in fact making you less smart than you were, and making you a little less, let's say, mentally powered. Mentally powered. Now, let's say, I'm gonna go a little sarcastic here with this one, but let's say I'm an alien, or maybe you're an alien, or somebody you know is an alien, and they grew up on a planet called Utopia. And on this planet, there is no television. There's no money. There is only people that love each other and want nothing but to evolve and explore and fulfill their curiosities. Okay, enough of that. We have our race, our utopian planet. They build a spaceship and they run into our little home of Earth, where we are given birth. And they decide to run some observations on our race, see where we're at, see how far we've come, and maybe where we're going, if they can calculate that. Now, let's fly over mid-America, the Midwest, let's say, the areas of Kansas, Iowa, Missouri, the areas where people seem to think that's infested with hicks and hillbillies, which is not true. That is pretty rare these days. Not really rare, but more or less seen. Not seen as much. But back to my case. And these utopian aliens decide to run observations, as I've said, and they peek in the windows of our homes. And especially they do this at nighttime because they see all the flashy lights coming out of our windows. And they peek on in, and what do they see? They see maybe 3 or 4 humans sitting there, subjecting themselves to random information that may or may not have an effect on their life in a positive manner. What I mean, may or may not, because that's pretty rare. There's a 100% guarantee that you will have a very negative impact from watching television. It will make you a less communicable person, as in you won't have much to talk about other than what you've seen on TV and the conformal circle that you live in, being the society of today. Now, another fact is that can really help you is don't let the world live in you, and don't live in the world. Because the way the world is now, do you think God, if there is a God, I'm not atheist, I'm agnostic, just putting it out there, I don't have to explain myself, believe in a prime creator, but honestly, the way it is now, of course, it's not an action of God. It's not an action of fate. It is not an act of... Maybe it is an act of vengeance. Who knows? But it is an act of an idea from the mind of a human. Duh. Do you really think the TVs and all this stuff going on right now exists because God wants it to happen? God wants it to happen. No. Some man sitting around in control of all the money, control of all you, wants that. Yes, indeed. And it hasn't even been 100 years of television. Less than 100 years of television. Where do you think we are going? Where? I mean, I was born into this. I'm so happy I woke up before I was 20. That's a blessing. Is it not, to see the world for what it really is before you reach full maturity? Now, I know people like me. Let's put me in a circle just for you guys. I'll put myself in a little click circle. I'm the kind of guy that comes off as a scary person because of what I say. And the truth is scary. I'm not sitting around writing about how the world is and just putting my views on it. I'm pretty much telling you how it is. When the president goes up on the podium and says, "These are facts to be dealt with, not opinions to be debated," what do you think he's telling you? He's telling you to sit down, shut up, listen, let me stay in power while all you sit around and do nothing.
These are not opinions to be debated. These are facts to be dealt with. These are not opinions to be debated. These are facts to be dealt with.
Let us never tolerate outrageous conspiracy theories concerning the attacks of September the 11th. Malicious lies that attempt to shift the blame away from the terrorists themselves, away from the guilty.